Hi, my name is Ross Donlan. I'm reading to you from Castlemaine, Victoria, and I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, the Dja Dja Wurrung, their elders and current custodians. I'm going to read you three light poems. Thanks, Zenobia, for letting me read as part of Panacea Poets. All the poems are kind of light in nature. First is called In Praise of Washing. I like the sound of a machine washing, the pulse and hum, the snoring slosh, the butterfly murmur of something being done, the clack of a completed cycle. I like the fairground thrill of clothes spinning, the vicarious excitement of domestic life, possibly out of control, a blowhole in the sink, the Titanic in the hallway. I like the taking out and untangling of wet clothes, that soaking puzzle, the thankful flap of a shirt or singlet rescued from drowning. I like the shaking, hanging and pegging out of garments, joining others who bow their heads, then stand with arms upraised to hail the line, with clothes, flags, prayers, or words, a day's offering to the wind and sun. Next poem is called Eating Chips with Jane Austen. I was somewhere eating a huge bag of chips while I was reading one of Jane Austen's novels. And I thought, well, I'm eating chips with Jane Austen. And the idea does come from, I think originally from a poem by Gorwell Connell and other people. I often eat a packet of potato chips alone. I eat them with a can of beer while I watch a cooking program. This can make the dish taste like the... No, I better do a take two there. Sorry, guys. Eating chips with Jane Austen, after Gorwell Connell and others. I often eat a packet of potato chips alone. I eat them with a can of beer while I watch a cooking program. This can make the chips taste like the dish chef is preparing, such as duck à l'orange or crème caramel. I know it is not good to eat potato chips alone, so sometimes I invite Jane Austen to join me. Jane is always Jane, the perfect companion, reserved, tactful, gracious, demure, wise, generous. I like to observe her in profile as she sits near my air conditioner, the bodice of her gown fluttering from the fan set on two, a book pleasantly in hand. She speaks little, but her responses to anecdotes regarding the shambles of my personal life are always expressed in a reassuring and compassionate manner. It cannot be quite as you say, sir. Surely it was never so bad as this. We must look an odd pair, she in her long-sleeved Regency gown, buttoned at the wrist, lace in place, me in my footy shorts and truckie singlet, feet spread on the coffee table. I know from her half smile that she registers my attire and the period of time that separates us, but there is no condescension, no hint that a station has been passed. She evinces little interest in football, so we do not dwell for too long on the misfortunes of the Magpies and soft tissue injuries caused by playing on artificial surfaces. She is, of course, at her most entertaining and instructive in the matter of social intercourse, and I tell her that today she would be well paid for a Dear Jane segment on daytime television. Jane colours a little at this, especially when I indicate that complications of sexual relations are rather more diverse than they were in her day. Suddenly animated, she says, "Sir, I beg to differ. The issue is always one of compatibility." Once, after another keenly felt rejection, I opined that my relationships resembled nothing so much as a pair of lonely jocks being tossed about in a cosmic washing machine, not even in the company of detergent. At this, Jane bent rather more closely to her book, and I sensed a rebuke when she said she regretted my unfortunate use of metaphor. I rushed to apologise, blaming the crassness of the age in which I live. "Sir," she replied with a wry smile and sparkling eye, "I think you were born into the wrong time. You are all grace and courtesy, and surely the attachment of a fortunate woman will soon be yours." Eventually, an imposing gentleman comes to collect her, no doubt a hybrid of Mr. Darcy and Captain Wentworth. He nods briefly in my direction before offering Jane his arm. Remembering my manners, I offer them both chips and a can of beer. Darcy Wentworth appears somewhat taken aback by my hospitality, and, to tell the truth of the matter, I am by now so covered in crumbs and small pieces of chip that I look rather like a big potato chip myself. Jane, ever Jane, smiles and declines with sublime courtesy, and together they walk through the wall. And I'll close with Winner, Loser and Lemonicious. Lemonicious is a dwarf patio lemon tree. Winter was hard. Terracotta tubs, sentinel as funeral urns in a courtyard, damp with dark, dead leaves. But spring had unfurled in Lemonicious, the dwarf lemon, white buds shining in purple lanterns, while the other lemon, Eureka, that universal cry of success and subject of many transplants, still lay dormant, flat-lining beneath 5 nursing leaves. And I wonder if it's the absurdity of being called Lemonicious that provokes the modest variety to thrive, while its famous cousin stays fast asleep. It reminds me of twins born in the States, Winner and Loser. Loser played his name like an ace, dealing life a full house. Winner had no chips to spend from birth. Cursed with a name like Eureka, he was flushed before he woke up. Called Lemonicious, he might have been president. Thank you all and stay safe.